And what makes it even more terrifying is that Jeepers Creepers, at least the beginning of the movie, is actually based on a real crime that happened in Michigan. If you've seen the movie Jeepers Creepers, everything you're about to see and hear is going to sound and look strangely familiar, like eerily familiar. Now, I should point out that at no time did the creator of the movie ever state that he pulled inspiration from this crime. But as we talk about it, you're going to go, wait a second. He might as well have lifted the events straight from real life and put them on screen. In the movie Jeepers Creepers, brother and sister Trish and Derry are driving down a road very similar to the one that we're driving down right now. It's like farm country. And they encounter this truck that practically runs them off the road. And the license plate, it becomes like the joke of the movie, says, "Be eating you" or "beating you." And it kind of makes them a little unnerved. Even more so, a little further down the road, they come to this abandoned building and they see the truck and they see this figure trying to dispose of something, like a sheet covered in blood behind the building, and it freaks them out. That's the start of the movie Jeepers Creepers, the movie. In real life, however, it wasn't brother and sister. It was a married couple, Ray and Marie Thornton. They were driving down a road known as Snow Prairie Road. They're actually heading south. And just like in the movie, a truck comes up behind them. It's like this brown, dirty, decrepit looking van, and it almost runs them off the road.
We were driving south on Snow Prairie Road, and all of a sudden a van just on us and passed.
Jeez, you must be in a hurry.
And they see the license plate, and the wife, Marie, she takes notice of the license plate, and it says GZ and something else, and she goes, geez, that car was moving fast, or something like that. They're a little unnerved, but the car speeds off, and eventually they come across the van again. This time, they come across this creepy looking building, that one right there, and in the back, they see somebody with a white sheet that looks to be drenched in blood. And as they slow down and pass the school, they're still looking back. They notice that the van is parked right there.
The man that's in the bloody sheet. Where? He's behind the building. There's the van that passed us.
Where?
It's right there.
There was the one that passed us?
Yes, I'm sure it was. It was the van that passed us.
They make it about 2 miles down the road when they notice that the van is back. Now it's right on their tail, riding their bumper, and they can see it clear as day in the rearview mirror, but they don't get a good look at who's driving. Instead, they note that he's wearing like a white cap, like a white hat. At this point, they realize that whatever's happening is really no good, so they try to write down the license plate to turn it into the authorities. And then they turn down a road just like this. It's like a dirt road. Now, it's important to note that while this is all going on, they never left their car. But they make it down this road and they turn around because they want to go and get a better look at the license plate. Even more so, go see what this unknown figure was trying to stuff down a hole behind the old abandoned building. So they decided to turn around and drive up there to get a closer look. And when they do this, the story gets even darker.
He was behind his van with the passenger front door open.
You see the numbers on that plate?
And I saw that the passenger door was covered with blood.
There's blood all over that door.
What door?
The passenger door.
That guy has done something.
Now, I don't know about you, but if I would have come across something like this, and Jessica agrees with me, we probably would have hightailed it out of here. Went straight to the police. Not them. Even after they noticed that the passenger side door is open, and on the interior, like inside the car and on the door, they can see blood. What do? They head back to the abandoned building, back to the schoolhouse to see what this guy was trying to get rid of. And that brings us back to the schoolhouse. I'm honestly surprised that this building is still standing. The movie and the real life crime are so eerily similar, so hauntingly similar, it makes your head spin. I mean, up at this point, I purposely have not said the name of the killer and the victim because I wanted you guys to go, wait a second, this reminds me so much of the movie. Is he talking about the movie or is he talking about the real crime? Now, I know in the movie, a big part of it ends at a school when Derry is taken through the window by the creeper, by the creature. That didn't happen in real life. In fact, none of the crime actually took place inside the school behind these walls. It was all behind the building. We're going to show that in just a moment. But it's just crazy to think that it's so close. What the Thorntons didn't realize is that they were witnessing the aftermath of a murder that happened earlier that day, where a man by the name of Dennis Depew murdered his ex-wife Marilyn and was trying to dispose or dump of evidence, like a sheet covered in blood, behind this abandoned school. Something else we want to point out, everything that we're talking about, all that we know about this case is because of unsolved mysteries. So these events happened April 15th, 1990, and then it aired on Unsolved Mysteries, and that's how the killer was caught. Now, I don't know if you know this, but for some reason, Unsolved